Who are the best players who barely played for your team? I got a request to start with the Blues. I'm really excited for this. I got one done for almost every team. Here we go. Starting at a goaltender, we have Martin Brodeur. Back in 2014-15, the St. Louis Blues starter Brian Elliott went down with injury, and the Blues were looking for a veteran goalie to take his place. Now, although he was 42 years old, it's Martin Brodeur. He would leave the Blues going 3-3-0, having an .899 save percentage and a 2.87 goals against average. He would retire from the NHL after the Blues, the last team he ever played with. For our first defenseman, we have Scott Stevens. Back in 1990-91, Scott Stevens is a 26-year-old who they just paid 5 first-round picks as draft compensation. In 78 games with the Blues, Scott Stevens would score 5 goals, 44 assists, and 49 points. Unfortunately, the Blues would also sign Brendan Shanahan as a restricted free agent. At his compensation, Scott Stevens would go to the Devils just 1 year after coming to the Blues. For our other defenseman, we have Phil Housley. Back in 1993-94, a 29-year-old Phil Housley played for the Blues. People are still unsure why the Jets traded away Phil Housley in the first place. After all, they traded away Dale Hawerchuk to get him. Phil Housley would play 26 games for the Blues, scoring 7 goals, 15 assists, and 22 points. They would trade him away for a player named Al MacInnis. At left wing, we have Brendan Morrow. In 2013-14, a 35-year-old Brendan Morrow would play for the Blues. Morrow was a free agent, and he signed with St. Louis largely due to his connections to former GM and coach that he had in Dallas. With the Blues in 71 games, Morrow would score 13 goals, 12 assists, and 25 points. And after only 1 season with the Blues, he would leave for Tampa Bay. At right wing, we have Stéphane Richer. In 1999-2000, a 33-year-old Stéphane Richer played for the Blues. Richer requested a trade because he wanted more playtime, and the Blues were willing to gamble. During his time with the Blues, Stéphane Richer would play 36 games, scoring 8 goals, 17 assists, and 25 points. After only 1 season with the Blues, Stéphane Richer would take an entire year off from the NHL due to mental health, which I respect immensely. And at center, who else? It's Wayne Gretzky. In 1995-96, a 35-year-old Wayne Gretzky would arrive to the St. Louis Blues. At the time, the Los Angeles Kings were starting a rebuild, and Gretzky really wanted an opportunity to win 1 more Stanley Cup. Gretzky would play 18 games with the Blues, scoring 8 goals, 13 assists, and 21 points. And next season, when the opportunity arose to go to one of the biggest markets ever to reunite with Mark Messier, Wayne Gretzky just had to take the opportunity.